prenatal class is specifically for the spine and is part of a series that aims to build your strength and allow you to stretch the areas of the spine that become a little bit challenged by the rigors of pregnancy. Move at a pace that works for you, and you may wish to have a bolster with you or pillows just to support the practice as you move through, depending on where you are in your pregnancy. I hope you enjoy. Beginning standing, you can let your feet be quite wide apart to just start creating space right from the very beginning. And rather than standing static as we begin working with breath, we're going to start by just swinging the arms right and left. So too often we're quite static when we're pregnant, either working, sitting, doing very little walking. So we're just going to mobilize the spine. And we'll begin with some really invigorating sun salutations, all centered around the spine. But for now, just focus on letting breath in to the front, sides, and backs of your ribs. And out. Close your eyes and just let go of any other concerns and just feel your body swinging. Some of you will feel comfortable with your knees bent and your pelvis tucked under. And some of you will feel good with your pelvis releasing back. Either one is fine. We're just rotating that spine. And then bring the momentum out of your arms. And let your palms face front. Again, practice what feels good for you. Knees bent, knees straight, pelvic tuck or pelvic release, whatever feels good for you and your belly and baby. And then on your next breath in, you're going to raise the arms over the head, shifting your gaze up. And as you breathe out, we're just going to snake the arms down, bring the knees into a deep enough bend that you feel comfortable, always keeping movement so you don't get stuck. Take your hands onto the tops of your thighs above the knees, and breathe in as you come into standing cat-cow. So you tip your tailbone back, shine your chest up towards the ceiling, let the belly spill forward, and then breathe out as you hug your belly to your spine and round the back. We'll do that 3 more times. Breathing in as you open up the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then exhale, tuck your pelvis, round your baby into your spine. Inhale. Excellent. Last one. Inhaling as you open up through the front body. And exhale as you hug everything in and press your spine towards the wall behind you. Continue moving your body down towards the floor just to the point that you can touch your fingertips to the mat. A deep bend in the knees is just fine. And then bring yourself down onto both knees. You're going to lunge forward with your right foot. So you can hoist the foot up and then walk your right knee towards the back of the mat. Take your same hand as front knee onto the thigh and then breathe in as you reach the opposite hand up. Coming into a slight back bend to strengthen the spine. Remembering you can widen your knee out to the side a bit more to support the space for the belly. And then breathe in as you reach and extend back. And then as you breathe out, reach and come forward with the hand. Take both hands to either side of your front foot and you're going to hinge back. So you're bringing your bum back towards the bent knee heel, and you're trying to straighten your front leg. For some of you, you need to keep the toe pads pressing down. For others, you can lift your toes up towards the ceiling. And you're digging the heel down into the earth and pulling your front hip back hip slightly forward, so you can start to feel how that can release through your lower back. 1 breath in. Fully in and fully out. And then inhale, come back onto your lunge again. Bring your right hand to the inside of the foot and swing your left arm up towards the ceiling, breathing in. Exhale as you take the hand down. And then take your foot that's at the front of the mat, bring it to the back of the mat. You have 2 options. You can simply practice cat-cow here. Or if you've already had a fairly rigorous yoga practice, you can come into yoga push-up or vinyasa. So you may wish to keep a bolster or a pillow under your thighs if your belly is quite bountiful. And you're going to bring your shoulders over your wrists.